how to create a framework application and how to create an implementation application on top of framework application. See, let me tell you one point to every one of you who are learning here. Learning Pega is not just learning creating applications and creating your business requirements. There are two things. One is you need to learn how to create your business applications using PRPC environment. Okay, it is all about navigations and very few technicals, very few, little, I mean like 0.01%. If you take 100% as a technical knowledge, 0.01% is technical. Business people also can create applications using Pega, outline everything they can create. They don't need to be a developer. Then where you will be seeing the difference between a developer and a business person. See, learning Pega requires you to clearly understand the design. I'm sorry. The design of PRPC means how PRPC is being designed. What are the background things that gets executed sometimes? All this you should know. See, without knowing that, if you wanted to learn Pega, it will not take more than 30 days. It will not take more than 30 days for you to completely learn Pega of all our course content. Okay, just a top line, how to create and all, you get the output. If you feel like you have the subject knowledge on Pega, that is wrong. What is the design internally? You need to understand business point of view. You need to understand the development point of view. You need to understand the technical design point of view. All these when you know, that means you are a Pega developer. Why do I need to understand the design of Pega PRPC? That is, development is easy. How about troubleshooting? If you have to troubleshoot something when there is an issue, you need to go beyond the development. Okay, not only your application development, you should know in the backend where to see database, which table I have to verify, which columns I have to see, and what are the background rules that are running. If I know about all this, then you can easily troubleshoot. That is one point. Another point is, if you wanted to build the products effectively using Pega, you should know about the design of PRPC. So we will be spending around 60% of the time to understand the design, 40% of the time to create something by ourselves. Overall, we will create application. Okay, but understanding the design, the internal design of PRPC is what learning Pega, apart from development of your business functional components. Okay, make sense? Everyone clear online? Every one of you, keep this point in mind. This is where you see the difference between you and someone else who is already working in IT on Pega itself. You will not get the chance to learn this level even while you are working in enterprise application development. Okay, now let's go ahead and we are going to work on creating a new framework application and an implementation application on this 8.6 version. So for this, we should start writing the business requirements. So I am going to write the business requirement only now. Even you can write down. Online students, you should have a Word document open, save it on your desktop. All the business requirements starting from today till end, last day of the training, you should have at one place. So otherwise you can take a notebook and write down, but writing the requirement has to be done by you. Okay, but let me write down for now. Like, we are going to do what? Creating new framework and implementation application. Okay, so I am going to give you the structure what I have already opened. Where is it? Not this. This is for your reference. It should be there even in the document which I am going to share you, like theory document, all the diagrams will be there, but still only this class I'm going to give you this. And here you go. Where's copy? We create our application on top of Pega platform application. That is predefined application. Okay, like this. So this is just for your reference so that you can easily understand. Like this, I have so many diagrams which will be there in the theory documents. I will be sharing you every day. All diagrams on a single go also I can share you after your enrollment is done. And now we are going to create business application. Okay, that is create a business application to process insurance policies. Okay, just insurance, that's it. We're not going to say what type of specific insurance it is. Okay, and let's take an organization. Let's create this for the organization. Let's say Hanover. Okay, this is the organization for which we are going to create this application. This 5, oh, I'm sorry, I have to create a document for you. 592 your batch, 91 will be the regular batch. Hold on, I'll be creating a document like this. I mean, like folder only one time. Pega batch 592, like this I'm going to maintain, and here I'm going to create a document which is Pega class February 10th. This is 12 o'clock, right? 592. 592. I'm sorry. This is 592. 592. 590 is morning batch. 592. 591 is yet to start. This has come in between, right? As a urgent need. Let's create for the organization Hanover. So first let's create framework application. But while creating application, what are the points that you need to understand? Remember, while creating application, below are the parameters which we need to consider or keep in mind or pass to the PRPC system. Okay, these are the parameters which you are aware of, like name of the application, application type, organization name, and the operator ID. So I'm going to create now framework application. So creating framework application. So I'll go with the navigation slowly. So if you see this navigations, and while you are going to practice going through the document, you will be able to easily practice. But I will tell you the methodology to follow for the preparation of this sessions and all. Okay, so now here you go. Let me give from here. Log into PRPC by using default credentials, administrator@pega.com. Password is install. So log into PRPC using default credentials. PRPC using default credentials. Okay, I'm going to log into PRPC using default credentials. I'm just going to log in now. So once after you log in, you will be redirected to a default application provided by Pega. We thought of creating our application on top of Pega platform. So I logged in here. But this is not where it is going to decide whether you are creating on top of Pega platform or not. I'll show you the place. Now on top left here, you can see on top left, you have application Pega platform. Click on that menu item. You have an option of new application. You have an option of new application. On top left, click on application Pega platform. Choose new application. This is going to open a new application wizard. To create a new application, this is the wizard provided by Pega. Door closes. See, at this particular screen, once I go to new application, leave it. So once you create new application, once you go through the wizard of new application option, it will show you different options here. Build from scratch means anything that you imagine by yourself, you start creating it. Already there are so many applications available, framework applications. I was teaching these things to other batches. If suppose, for example, if I am going to click on Geico Insurance, if I click on this, the current application which I am trying to create will be created on top of Geico Insurance. Geico Insurance is already there on Pega platform. That means, look at here the diagram. So this is Pega platform. On top of it, already Geico Insurance is there. On top of it, my application will be created. If I click on Geico Insurance, my current application which I am trying to create is going to get created on top of Geico Insurance. Everyone clear with this point? But I don't want to create there. I want to create on top of Pega platform. So to create your application on top of Pega platform, we need to deal with the option build from scratch. You click on build from scratch, your application will get created on top of build from scratch. Application gets created on top of Pega platform. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. Click on build from scratch. Once you click on build from scratch, you can see here there are three different types. Theme Cosmos recommended, Cosmos React early adopter, Theme UI Kit traditional application. Suppose if you are going to learn Pega and you join any company, 99% you see the traditional application development. Cosmos application development is something which has been introduced in order to provide the solutions of digital experience interface APIs, DX APIs. Okay, you don't need to know about DX APIs now, where we need to write CSS coding. Okay, but Pega wanted to look at the next level of automating the better UI. That's what they are trying. Initially, they cannot provide entire solution. Still, there is a need of coding if you go with DX API. But we don't have DX API applications are being used. But people started thinking about it, but it will take time. But every application, 99.99% applications that you are going to deal with are Theme UI Kit traditional applications. So we go with this option of traditional application development. Click on UI Kit traditional application. Okay, so this is what you are going to do now. So I'm going to proceed with this. I have selected this particular UI Kit traditional. It is going to prompt you about what is the name of your application. What is the name of my application? Hanover Insurance Group. Let's say Hanover Insurance Group. That is the name of my application. After this, click on advanced configuration. Click on advanced configuration. So I'm going to click on advanced configuration now. So once you click on advanced configuration, you will be getting a pop-up window. The first parameter here is the application type. Application type. What is the type of the application? By default, Pega has chosen the application type as implementation, which means that if I do not click on advanced configuration, without clicking advanced configuration, if I would have proceeded forward, so my application would have been created like a implementation structure, but I don't want that. I want to change it to framework. Okay, so choose the application structure as framework. FW stands for framework. Look at here now. I'm going to choose it. I'm going to highlight this and give you a screenshot. Now you can see here the name of the application Hanover Insurance and organization name. So PRPC generating a random name for organization, but we want a meaningful name. Meaningful name. So let's remove the random name and type the organization name. Let's say Hano. This is the name I'm going to type. So I'm going to remove this and type what? Hano. Manually I have typed it because I don't have this organization. Save. So click on save. and here you go now, save. And now you are back to the same screen where you clicked on advanced configuration. Now click on the button create application. Click on create application. I'm going to click on that. So the moment you click on create application, the application creation begins and it gets continued, and finally application will get created. How to log into our application and all I'll tell you after this is completed. Okay. And here you see process command is asking you add some login IDs for your application optionally. See, usually it is going to request you to add user by their email address format. It is not mandatory, but initially it will ask you the same. Let's say developer operator. I am going to create an operator ID who has access to develop the applications. Meaningfully, I'm giving DGV. And this is for framework application. I'm giving meaningfully fw@hano.com. Hano.com. Hanover. In that organization name, what I have given is Hano. Similarly, I'm taking @organization.com. Okay, and click on add. Click on what? Add. I'm going to click on add now. The moment I click on add, it will create operator ID and generate a password. Created with a default password generated. Okay, so copy these details to a notepad. Let me copy these details to a note, because while at the time of login, process command is going to prompt you to change the password. For the first time, if you use it just by copying just with your mouse and all, next time again you need to remember that. Okay, so better I'm going to keep it aside in a Word document. Here you go. Okay, and then click on done. You can click on log off itself. I took it myself here and log off. Your application is created. Okay, so directly we are going to log off here. Just hold on. Log off, done. So now log into framework application. How do you log in? You have the ID and password. For the first time when you try to log in, it will prompt you to change the password. So dev fw@hano.com password, whatever the password that I have got, and then log in. So it is going to prompt you to change the password of the application. I am going to give the old password. New password I am giving RULES. It is up to you what password you wanted to use while you are practicing. Okay, but for me, I can easily remember password, the rule password as rules. Change password, it will take you inside your application. So by default, Admin Studio is getting loaded. By default, it is loading Admin Studio just to see your application development environment. Let's access development environment by click on Admin Studio, then choose Dev Studio. So Dev Studio is meant for development. I will explain you about the studios once after we complete creating implementation application. What will be the just outline? That's it, nothing more than that. So on the left hand side, you have App Explorer, right? If you click on App Explorer, that's it, it gets loaded. Done. Up to this, you log off from here. Make sure you log off this application. I'll tell you what are the components, what are the icons, everything later. So just what we have learned today is how to create a new application, navigations, name of the application, organization name, operator ID, that's what we have given, and application structure. These are the 4 parameters. Remaining everything is navigations only. Technical behind this application, what else gets created, we will be knowing about all that as we go on with our classes. And now remember this point. Anytime if you want to create any application, log into Pega platform only. Don't log into framework to create implementation. Do not log into Pega platform and then you create implementation application on top of framework. That I will show you how to do. So far everyone clear? So now following this document, one should be able to work on, sorry, I have given 590, 592. So one should be able to work on creating a new framework application. Will you be able to do that or not? Respond on the charting window or unmute and say. So next, what are the default credentials? Administrator@pega.com. Password is install. So next we are going to create a new business application to process auto insurance policies, specifically auto insurance policies. Everyone clear? So for auto insurance policies, I'm going to create a new application. Let's log into PRBC by using default. This time it is very easy for you to create the application, whether it is framework or implementation, same wizard. Framework or implementation is just an option provided. Okay, so next, when did we start? 12 o'clock. Okay, I'll do this and give you break, not now. Okay, and here you go. So again, the same practice. Click on Pega platform and choose new application. This time I am not going to write everything, okay, because you already know any application creation, but there will be some options, little difference you see. I will explain. See, again here you are getting the same screen, like build from scratch, App Factory, Geico, something. See, if I click on build from scratch here, my application will be getting created on top of Pega platform. But I don't want that. I have already created my framework application on top of Pega platform. Now I am trying to create an implementation application, which I wanted to create on top of framework application that I have already created some time back. So I wanted to create my implementation application now on top of framework application provided. And here this is at the top level or what? No, implementation only, right? Okay, so here you go now and choose application wizard, and this is the one which you have got. And here you should be seeing your framework application which you have just now created few minutes back. Out of the list, here you can see Hanover Insurance Group. If I click on Hanover Insurance Group, my current application which I am trying to create is going to get created on top of Hanover Insurance Group application. That is what my requirement, right? So I'm going to create that Hanover Insurance application. So click on Hanover Insurance Group FW application. So clicking on this, our implementation application gets created on top of Hanover FW application. So Hanover framework application on top of it, it is going to get created. Okay, let's go ahead now and click on Hanover Insurance Group. I'm going to click on that. So after you click on that, you see we did not get this type of screen before. When we click on build from scratch, it did not show us this screen. The screen is very simple. It is saying that you wanted to build with the Hanover Insurance Group what you have chosen, or you wanted to go back and choose a different one. If I say go back, what will happen? It will go back and allow you to choose something else. But I don't want to go back. I want to proceed with build with Hanover Insurance Group. Click on build with Hanover Insurance Group. I'm going to do that now. Here you go. I'm going to click on this. The next screen also, it is a new screen. Look at here. You did not get this screen while you are creating framework application. The screen says choose any case types if you have. But I don't have any case types. I don't know first of all what is the case type before I proceed forward. So you can ignore the screen and proceed forward. Just click on continue. You will be learning about these things manually, how to create all this. Okay, just click on continue. Next screen also same. It is going to prompt you about data types. Okay, just click on continue here also. You'll be learning about case types, data types while we are practically working on things. And now name of the application. This is Hanover Auto Insurance. Hanover Auto Insurance. Click on advanced configuration. So before I proceed to click on advanced configuration, let me ask you one general knowledge question. I am now creating an application. While creating an application, whether it is framework or implementation, it should have a name. It should be we should have an operator ID created, and it should be either framework or implementation and organization. Every application while you are creating, it will prompt you for organization name. By default, Pega is generating the organization name as a random name. It is generating a random name. So it is up to us whether to proceed random or not. But let's think about the reality. If I have two different applications, I mean like maybe same, I mean related to one business, framework implementation, implementation 2, implementation 3, implementation 4, n number. All of these deriving from the same organization is good, or having different organization names is good. Which one you prefer? In general, in the real life, all of these under same organization. That we are going to follow now. So click on advanced configuration. Previously, it used to be automatically taking, but I don't know, from Pega 7 onwards, they changed it. So advanced configuration, once you click on, see, this is by default, it is been creating as implementation application. That is what my expectation. I can go ahead. Okay, Baladaniku. Yeah, Mike. Health Baladaniku. Okay. And here you go, name of the organization. By default, organization name is a random name. Okay. And that random name, what we have got, I don't want it. Actually, I want organization which I have chosen for, which I have created for framework. Framework application, after we create, it has created application, it has created operator ID, it has also created an organization by name Hano. Hano is already there. Before framework, it was not there. With framework, Hano organization has got created. See, on PRPC environment, if you see a text box like this with a thick blue color dot at the right bottom corner, that is a drop down. How do you populate a drop down like this? You place your cursor here and click the down arrow. When you click the down arrow, it will show all available options. Out of this, do you see Hano? You have Hano? Hano is there. So go ahead and choose Hano. So remove random organization name and choose Hano from the drop down. So how do you populate the drop down? And remaining parameters you don't need to bother now. Click on save. Make sense, everyone? Clear? In the advanced configuration, we have chosen the existing organization. Then click on create application. Now this implementation application gets created on top of existing framework application, which is Hanover Insurance Group. Okay, I'm going to do that. Create application. Okay, now it is again asking you optionally add an operator ID. See, it is possible in PRPC that 10 applications we can log in by using only one ID. But we'll see how to access multiple applications with one ID later. But as of now, for this application also, I'm going to create an operator ID like how I have done previously, like developer operator for my implementation application of HANO. Understand? That's the meaningfully I'm just typing, understandable to me. Click on add. So take this details into Notepad. For me, these are the details. For you, it may generate a different password and all while you're practicing. And click on log off. I'm going to log off now. Log into implementation application. Now log into implementation application. You have the user ID and password dev impl@. What is that? hano.com, and password I'm going to choose here. Obviously, it is going to prompt you for change the password. Okay, login, and the old password is this one. Oh, I removed here. Old password, new password is rules. I'm giving rules so that I can easily remember. While you are practicing, it is up to you what password you wanted to use. So again, same thing. Go to Dev Studio. How do you go to Dev Studio? Admin Studio, and thereafter Dev Studio. Then click on, oh, I'm sorry. Click on App Explorer. That's what gets loaded. But why we need to click on App Explorer and all, I'll tell you in some time. So whether you are creating a framework or implementation application, almost all options are same. Only one option that you additionally see is case types and data types, which you can ignore for now. So this is how we can create application, framework application on top of Pega platform, implementation application, and on top of framework application. Look at here. So after I log into implementation application, here it shows how many applications are there? 3. Can you guess what are those 3? Online resources. What are those 3? What are the 3 applications?
Implementation and framework application.
Pega platform, framework application, implement. It's the reverse. Current application is top is implementation. Below that, framework. Below that, Pega platform. In a stack structure. If you define it like a tree, then top is Pega platform. Tree means top to bottom. Top Pega platform, middle framework, bottom implementation. Look at here. If you click on this 3 applications link, you see that just for your information. Hanover Auto Insurance is implementation. Hanover Insurance Group is framework. Pega platform is what is already there in the system. Okay.